Here at Faye's Light, we ask everyone who enters to remove their shoes, and we have little booties for them to put on their feet, help them feel at home when they come in. Once they're in, we ask them to just make themselves at home. A great sense of community is formed among our guests who come here. A lot of times when they come in, some people are shy and they may want to sit out here by themselves for a while, which is fine. And while others are in at the kitchen table, all sharing their snacks and their stories with each other. And then the people who were shy, all of a sudden after 2 or 3 times being here, they may come in without wearing their wig this time, or their hat this time, or they'll come out of the treatment room and not put it on and say how good and freeing it feels. And all of a sudden they're in there telling their stories and sharing their time. And many of the people that we have, they form their own bond, their own sense of community. Everyone in here their cancer might not be the same, but they're all going through a similar experience, and they care about each other. They ask each other about their treatments, and some things are common ground, which is great, and other things are brand new. So they realize it's not just me going through this. There's other people going through something, and what they're going through is just as hard for them as what I'm going through.
It gives some people more of a sense of that there's more out there for them. I mean, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and that they have friends here.
Then you find cancer patients helping other cancer patients, or people that come in and may be down and think, oh, and then they're the ones that are helping who's got a worst case scenario. They're making them feel better. So, you know, it's amazing to watch it all transpire, you know, to sit and then just the friendships and the connections that they make amongst themselves.
You're going to have days, no matter, it doesn't matter how strong you are, or that doesn't matter when you're going through this. Your body goes through what it goes through. So if you come to a place like this, it really does help you get through everything that you're feeling. And there's so much sickness, and even emotionally, you are just so exhausted from the worry, what are you going to do, everything, especially if you have a family. I was constantly worried about the kids. But here there was a...
I think what she's trying to say is that Faye's Light gave her an opportunity to take a break from her cancer for a few minutes. It enabled her to come and be in an environment that wasn't a hospital, it wasn't sterile.
Right,
it was very welcoming. It felt like you were coming home. It felt like you were among friends.
I looked forward to just coming into the building.
You're not alone, because a lot of people are going through the same thing you're going through, and everybody has their own story, so you get to talk about the stories, you get to encourage one another.
The people in Faye's Light are there as a family. They're there to help you feel better, to make your life just a little bit easier for those short time frames when you're able to be with them.
What it meant to us was it was a place where my grandma could go and she could feel happy, because when you have cancer, you're sad and down and you're in pain all the time. And every time my grandma would come to Faye's Light, she would be excited about her appointment, and she would get dressed and she'd put makeup on, and it wasn't even just the treatments that she would receive here, it was the sense of community. The people that she met, they were her friends until the day that she died.
Cancer patients kind of feel they've been left out of things. Cancer patients feel isolated. A lot of times they're afraid even to tell their families, and some of them don't. So Faye's Light provides an opportunity for them to come out of their shell, to realize that they're accepted, they're loved, and cared for.
Everybody has so much knowledge about everything, whether it's the people given the treatments or the people that have cancer. They've been through it, they've done the drugs, they can talk openly here. And I think because we're not relatives, it's a safe place for them to open up and tell their story or tell what's going on.
The kitchen table, that's a very healing place, in my opinion. There's a lot of talk that goes on there, a lot of things that people can't necessarily say to a non-cancer patient, because a lot of times people don't know how to respond when someone's talking about their cancer. But here, they know how to respond. They know how walk you through it and give you answers. The magic of Faye's Light is its clients that come in, and really they heal each other a lot. It's a wonderful community that I think a lot of traditional or medical situations just, you can't get it, what you can get over a cup of coffee here.
Cancer can consume you, and I refuse to let it be something that keeps me imprisoned. You know, even when you get doctor's reports and these numbers come at you and all of the things you may not know everything about, but when you come here, these are people who genuinely have compassion. They know about the disease. They can take just the smallest thing that may be bringing you down and turn it around. So you just put all of those ugly things that you think about in a basket and you just throw those things away, and it gives you energy. It's so refreshing, and you know that you have more hope, and you have those things that you want to do. You can go about doing them and not let your aches and your pains, you know, your burdens, your medical bills, and, you know, the doctor's statements and the nurses. You don't have to worry about those things upsetting you, that you have a life, and that life is worth living.